Allomon X Antibody is awful. There really isn't any other way to describe it. While Allomon's base design manages to pull off a ferocious look that has subtle elements borrowed from Native American tribal fashion, which already could be viewed as offensive on its own, the base design manages to soften that blow by keeping those design elements subtle and vague, to the point where it isn't necessarily apparent that that is what they were going for. So please tell me, for what godforsaken reason did they decide that the X antibody form of the Digimon should be walking around in a borderline offensive costume? For context, the X antibody of Allomon was designed in 2019. It is absolutely bizarre that anybody thought that this would be okay. Especially a design coming from an international franchise like Digimon, which is not necessarily contained to Japan's monocentric cultural bubble. Now, I understand that Japan has difficulties when it comes to cultural sensitivity abroad, but you don't have to be an expert in US race politics to understand that this design is just not acceptable. Besides that, even disregarding the offensive nature of the design, it just looks bad. The feathers on its head lack the red accents its base form has, which makes it look less like these elements of its design grew and just became more voluptuous and more like this is a headpiece somebody put on him. The brown fur does not match with the rest of the design, clashes with the color scheme and just looks tacked on. And the somewhat bizarre decision to reduce the red markings on its skin just makes it look less threatening and less predatory-like. Even the decision of giving him a heavier body build just doesn't really fly with the main inspiration of the design. No matter how you look at it, this is a bad one. So early into this series and we already have our first F grade.